Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Wisdom Seekers University.
One more again, I'm going in like that ATL. One more again, I'm going in like that ATL. One more again, I'm going in like that ATL. Off the top, you only got one life to live.
Yeah, y'all already know what it is, man. One more time. And I definitely appreciate y'all checking me out. Share the word if you think your people need to know. But about to get deep one more time. As y'all can see, for right now, I'm talking about Project Bluebeam. For the ones that know about Project Bluebeam, y'all know what it is, right? For the ones that don't know, as you can see on the screen, it's just a quick little briefing on it, right? Somebody got an ebook out about it. I guess it's been out for a little second, but the idea of the Project Bluebeam is a conspiracy theory, right? First of all, they say conspiracy theory is not real, right? But you gotta judge for yourself what's real and what's not real, right? So it say that claims that NASA, and most people don't trust NASA, right? But you gotta be able to get the truth out of the lie. And is the truth a lie? All right, everybody, most people lie, even though they tell the truth too, right? So don't get lost. So I say, let me start over. Let me just finish reading a quick commentary, doing a commentating, right? So check it out. This is what they say. They say Project Bluebeam is a conspiracy theory that claims that NASA, in cooperation with other powerful forces, is attempting to implement a new age religion with the Antichrist at its head and start a new world order via technologically simulated second coming. Y'all listen to, y'all hear this? It say the so-called conspiracy theory of the Bluebeam Project or whatever, Project Bluebeam, got something to do with NASA and other powerful forces. And the idea is to create a new religion, a new age religion, right? Ushering in the Antichrist at the head to establish a new world order, right? It's a via a technologically simulated second coming. Now, for the ones who don't know what simulated means, that basically means fake. When they say technologically simulated, they mean they gonna create something fake, like a hologram or something like that. We already in a hologram, so to speak, but they gonna create an artificial hologram and make everyone who believe in somebody that coming back, right? They said second coming, right? They ain't say the second coming of Jesus, the second coming of this person or that person. They just said second coming. So whoever believe in somebody, some kind of coming, they gonna pull the spankaroo on you. They gonna spank you with an illusion. For real, on a grand scale, right? That's just what I'm seeing off the rip. When I look at it for myself, that's what I'm seeing off top. You understand? This the Bluebeam Project, right? They're talking about the Antichrist and all that. What God got to do with it, right? Up and down in that statement. Yeah. All right, so but check it out though. Listen, that's the Bluebeam, right? So let's check out what beam is. So the origin of the word beam, right? is a tree, a beam in Old English, of West Germanic origin, related to Dutch. Boom. Alright, so it's related to a tree off top. I never, well, I guess they talk about like a tree beam, you feel me? A tree beam. But I ain't gonna get too deep into all that, right? Because people have a short attention span nowadays. So I'm gonna keep it moving to the right. I ain't gonna do no middle. I ain't gonna do no polarizer. I'm gonna put it that way, right? So let me get down to the nitty gritty. What I'm trying to get to. So a beam, right? On the second definition, a beam in the second definition is a ray or shaft of light. All right. So now with this technology stuff, we're dealing with atmosphere. So synonyms is ray, shaft, stream, streak, pencil, finger, flash, gleam, glow, glimmer, glint, flare, bar. But radiation is what I want to stop on. Radiation. We're talking about electromagnetic radiation. All right. So now let's go to emission. All right. So that's something that puts something out, which is going to be very key later in this discussion. Understanding that it's related to beam to keep everything together. All right. So we're about to go through some vital information, seriously. All right. So check it out. So let's let's keep going. Let me keep going. I want to get off track. So y'all see where I'm going with the beam part, right? So they say blue beam, right? So now, I like to do 360 knowledge, right? And when I say 360 knowledge, all I mean is I go here, there, all kind of places, but it's all in the same thing, right? I go all around the whole circumference of the circle. It's very prevalent not to be single-minded in thought and idea, but having a singular foundation. You understand? So understanding what the whole picture is allows you to go around the whole circumference of understanding and knowledge. But anyway, let me keep going. I said I'm gonna put no drops in. That's why the video be taking so long. I'll be putting no drops in it. Need to sync, like I said. Anyway, all right. So let's do it though. Now let's get on blue. So say what is chakra? I put in what chakra is blue, right? Because my mind said, hey, I guarantee you that the blue chakra is the fifth chakra, right? That's what my mind said. I said, yeah, I think that's about right. My mind say that there, and I say, yeah, I think that's about right. So I said, let me go ahead and check it out so I can download it, right? And I'll be down if it ain't the fifth chakra. Now, why is that prevalent to me? Because it matches with the 5G for the ones who didn't know what I was alluding to, right? 5G, throat chakra. And we know they say the effects of this technical virus or logical virus is dealing with people's breathing and all like that. Heart. Right? And for the ones that don't know, the throat chakra is connected to your crown chakra. Well, your third eye and your heart chakra. Understand that. Understand that now. It's connected to your third eye, right? It's what they call your third chakra. But it's your sixth chakra, right? Y'all get it though. The 5 and the 6 connected together. The 5 and the 4 is connected together. So the 5 is connected to the 4 and the 6. Yeah, that's all I'm trying to say on that there. So let's read what they're saying there, right quick. They say blue, sapphire blue, or turquoise, 5th chakra, purple, or deep indigo. All right. 6th chakra, white, sometimes purplish white. 7th chakra, all that, right. All right, but y'all know blue ain't purple, or indigo. So it's just letting you know the different shades of blue it can be. But at the end of the day, it's letting you know at the same time that purple is a derivative of the blue. Well, I mean, blue is a derivative of purple. That's what it's trying to say at the end of the day, but not saying it like that, just so y'all can get what it's saying. It's like a gradient. You see what I'm saying? For the ones that know what a gradient is, or for the ones that don't know. A gradient is like a fade, you know what I mean? Like it fade from light color to dark. You see what I'm saying? But it's all in one smooth transition. But you know, like a color wheel, you know. All right, so check it out. Let's see what I got next. Okay, I just want to keep on moving. So I got on 5th chakra, right? Boom. So 5th chakra, it's a Vishuddha, Sanskrit. Visuddha, English, right? It's especially pure. Especially pure, sorry about the mic. Especially pure is what it means though, right? So that sounds like 100%. That sounds concentrated. Right? This the blue chakra, right? This the throat chakra. Especially pure. So it sounds like the word of God. It say, or Vishuddha, or throat chakra. It's the 5th primary chakra, according to the Hindu tradition of Tantra and doctrine, right? The thyroid. Right? So it's the thyroid. So now I want y'all to understand too, according to history, for the ones that follow it in the traditional way. If you go ancient India, you will find that the people there were highly melanated. All right? Melanated means dark skin, for the ones that don't know. Highly pigmented. All right, so let's keep moving. So it say the residing deity, this chakra, is Pan Travaktra. Now, why Pan is so important? Shiva, rather. Let me finish that part. It say with 5 heads and 4 arms, and Shakti is Shakini. So now that sounds like the Ashanti tribe, first of all, but not leaning left. Now, Pan Travaktra. That's when I saw Pan, I think about the false god Pan, or whatever the case, right? I think about pandemic. You understand? Since I'm kind of relating this to Blue Beam and all that there, and then it's tying into the 5G and tying into the Corona and tying into all the other stuff I'm gonna show y'all in a minute, right? Tying into the chakras, you feel? Alright. Showing you why it's important for them to attack you on your throat chakra, your inner. So for the ones that don't really understand about what's going on, right? I don't call them chakras, me personally. I call them energy vortexes, okay? And what's going on is that you have different light rays coming from the sun, which are different colors. And each of those rays of light, right, are penetrating your energy vortexes. And your energy vortex is, because everything spins, everything is spiraling, right? So it's spiraling into your body. It's an invisible, like, of course, well, it's visible, but the concentration of it going into you, like, out, so to speak, is not visible unless you know how to see it. Okay. But anyway, right? That's what's going on for the ones that don't know. So it's hitting you, energy vortexes, and it's spinning. And this one is just so happen to be your throat, so it's coming from the blue frequency of light. Okay? It's coming from the blue frequency of light. So the only way you know something is blue is because it's reflecting blue. So a blue thing is not blue. Right? Anybody know about what they call it, botany? You'll understand that they tell you that the green from a plant is actually reflecting light. That's the only color from the light spectrum it's not taking in to receive nutrients, right? Okay, let's keep moving. The pandemic. Now, what was important about pandemic to me is something caught my attention called demos and people. I don't think demos was a good word. Put in demos as I did. So now let's go to the topic, check out some definitions right quick, see what a pandemic is. All right? So, a pandemic is of a disease. Well, the basic definition is prevalent over a whole country or the world, right? But it's of a disease for the most part that is prevalent over the whole country or the world. So, now you look at the synonyms. Well, of course, we already know what it is. It's pretty much simple and plain. All right, so the next definition is an outbreak of a pandemic disease. All right, so let's get to the meaning of demos right quick, because that's the origin of it. That's a part of it, right? So it's a demo, which is a demonstration of a product or technique. Okay, we get that. Get it. So now, first of all, yeah, let me not run by that so fast. It's the first definition, a demonstration of a product or technique. Okay, now we know there's a new product and technique, well, a new product coming out, right? That will allow different techniques of innovation to happen, supposedly. Preferably, well, in actuality, unpreferred new technologies in many cases. Right? When it boils down to infiltration and privacy concerns. All right, let's keep moving. A version of something, such as a computer software, produced to demonstrate its capabilities or for use as a trial. Okay? A computer version of something, such as a computer software, right? Produced to demonstrate its capabilities or for use as a trial. So is there a trial going on here? I don't know. Y'all decide. I'm just speaking with my mind, saying, who am I? All right. A recording made to demonstrate the capabilities of a musical group. Okay, that's the standard definition there. So now, British, it means a public meeting or march protesting against something or expressing views on a political issue. Okay, now we're tying in politics some type of way. We know election is going on and all that, but hey, who am I? Who talking? So now it's kind of related to that for some reason or somehow. But let's keep moving. All right, record a song and piece of music. Okay, we get that already. We can understand that. Now let's go to the second one. Demonstrate the capabilities of software or equipment. What did it say? Demonstrate the capabilities. Now, how do you demonstrate the capability without actually doing it? All right? Yeah, we about to get loose. So put it together how you want to put it together. We're going to attack all angles and angles that has not been attacked yet. This is going to be super major in 1 minute, right? So demo is also short for demographic. Now, we know different demographic means certain, hold on. Now, if we're talking about demographic, you know, you have a different demographics of people, right? First of all, like classifications of people, okay? And then within those demographics, you have different age groups, okay? So now, that's crazy. So now, is there a certain demographic age or ethnic group of people being attacked? Now, we know if it's not solely by this new wave of things going on, it could be definitely be related to other attacks that certain people have been under for a good amount of time, right? Okay, but yeah, let's keep moving. That's another left conversation. All right, but let's see, but you gotta keep it all together. You know what I'm saying? That's how it be going. I can't make this stuff up. Who am I? All right, so we already went through the blue bean deal, right? Yeah, we said them. Everybody got something to do with it. So you know what? They kind of gave a clue for one of the people that might be involved in whatever's going on. You know, I guess governing, right? Like they doing. The political. Yeah, that's what they said. Now we know we basically blue beam off of some kind of article, whatever, but it gets better. So the word technologically, right? Why is that word important? Let's go back to the blue beam deal. See right here it says via technologically, right? Simulated second coming. Alright? So that's why we going to technology. Going to this word. I'm trying to say. It's in a way that relates to or involves technology. Okay, cool. Not a big deal, right? So now, let's see. I don't need to go through that right now. That's gonna take too long. Let me go to something else. But I don't want to give y'all too much. Now let me see if I can find the other one I was on. Let's see. I got so much stuff going on, man. It don't make no sense. For real, for real. It don't look like I got what I was trying to get. Let me just do it. Do it straight out the mouth. Yeah, there it is. Let me let y'all check out Techno right quick, right? So we got Techno. As a matter of fact, I forgot to look up logically, but we're gonna run through it together. I might go ahead and close it out though on the real, so it won't be too long. You feel me? And I just catch the bus down, come right back with it, and hit you with another one. Man, cause hey, this thing about to get for real, for real. All right, so check it out though. So you got art, you got craft, right? Art and craft. That's what techno means. Alright? So let's get up to the top of it. It say relating to technology or its use, right? And then it say it means art or craft. So now, I'm kind of unorganized right now. I said, man, let me go ahead and put this stuff out, man, so people won't think I'm trying to goddamn me do how they doing and all that stuff, do my thing. I had the word crab pulled up. I might have to go over here. Thank y'all for cooling, hanging out, checking it out, checking me out. You feel me? Hey. Go back to the top, let's run it. So check this out though. So let's get straight to the point since I've been wasting time, right? Get to the second definition right here. Y'all see what this say? What's a craft? A craft is skill used in deceiving others. Cunning, guile, trickery, duplicity, dishonesty, cheating, you know? Oh, y'all know what it is. Deception, scheme, hanky panky, monkey business, funny business. Yeah, tactics. Yeah, say we're in a war, psychological warfare, psychological tactics or whatever. It's a trick in the book, man. Hey, they gotta pull out every trick in the book right now, and this is him. The thing about it is, man, I'm gonna go ahead and keep it 100 with you. Actually, I say 1G, right? I'm gonna go ahead and keep it 1G with you. You feel me? So listen here. It's like this here, as far as I'm concerned. First of all, it is gonna be what it's gonna be, regardless. That's all for it. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. But look here. If you are a melanated person, you're gonna be alright, man. If you taking care of yourself, you're gonna be cool. I'm telling you right now, this is a rendezvous right here, man. Hey, listen here. This is designed to actually help black people, right? When I say black people, I mean, I shouldn't even say black. Like I said though, earlier, melanated people. You see, because actually, I'm about to go left. That's gonna have to be another video. Let me keep going. All right, we on craft, right? So y'all see, all right, craft come from what? How did I get the craft? I got the craft from Techno, I got the craft from Techno. So now, let's check out art right quick. See what that means. So now, let me put define art. Like I said, I thought I had all this shit up already, but obviously. So check it out. Check me out. So now it say art mean what though? It say the expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, typically in a visual form, such as painting or sculpture, producing to be appreciated primarily for their beauty or emotional power. Okay. So now art dealing with techno again, right? And they saying they're gonna make a technologically simulation of the second coming. And so, if the prefix of the word techno is techno, right? That means they're gonna appreciate, right? If y'all honor the broody and show emotional and give emotional power to it. Right? If they producing works to be appreciated primarily for their broody or emotional power, right? It's the expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, typically in a visual form, such as a painting or culture, producing to be appreciated primarily for their beauty or emotional power. So they're saying this thing gonna have emotional power, right? Power to gain your emotions. Whatever this technological second coming, simulation of second coming is, it's gonna be trying to do that. Right? It's a works produced by human creative skill and imagination. Alright, so it's a man-made thing, right? Which we already know. So don't be so miss me with that shit when they holler about if they put some shit in the fucking sky, talking about look man, you niggas better not get on y'all motherfucking knees and start bowing down and acting like this is a real goddamn Jesus coming down from the goddamn sky. You bet not do that shit. I got to get G with y'all right now, man. I'm for real, for real. Y'all bet not do that dumb ass shit. When I'm sitting here reading this shit to you, man. Don't be no goddamn fool, man. Don't be no goddamn fool. They got to play this shit out because you motherfuckers, I don't even know what y'all doing. But I'm sure we got people out there saying, yeah, man, you see, he about to come back. He about to come from the clouds. He about to blah, 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 and all that rah, rah, rah. Come on, man. All that flim flam. Man, quit kicking that flim flam now. Well, I just ain't, man, I just ain't, ain't on that flim flam anyway, man. They don't believe none of that. Man. They don't believe none of that, man. You understand me? It's just the elders is the one just killing the game with that. And I ain't even trying to talk about nobody. I ain't, like, for real. Because, hey, listen. I understand the energy that you received from that entity or whatever, you know what I mean, was true and correct. That it is true and correct. But the thing about it is, ain't no beam. It ain't no beam. And you gonna need a beam, man, because this called Blue Beam Project. So they mean they hitting you with a laser, they hitting you with a ray. You understand? They coming right at you with it. Like this is gonna penetrate everything. Like you gonna have to be tough. Like straight up, man. Meaning spiritually wise, energy wise, because this is an energy battle. It's usurping your energy. It's gonna be going right at you. It's gonna man. Listen, these people don't know what this stuff gonna do, man. They don't know what it's gonna do, man. You understand me? I just got finished reading to you that they're doing a trial and error, man. They just trying something. It's like you trying to get approved to do the job, right? It's like, look at him. Yeah, you say this is gonna be a good idea. Now you got a good idea. Well, come on down to the office and give me your presentation and show me how this thing works. Hey, well, I'm sorry, man. I can't show you how to fly no plane inside the office building. All right, well, let's take it outside then, you know, and show me how this thing works. Oh, you got somebody that's gonna fly? Yeah, we got somebody that's gonna fly. Yeah, we're gonna sit right on over there. We're gonna do it. Same thing with this, possibly with this here and that there, right? That's going on right now. Is that what? That yeah, we say it's gonna work. Big boys, they run everybody group together. Yeah, I think there's gonna be a worldwide benefit, right? Check this out. Check this Techno out of shot. What we gonna do? We gonna run it in our own spot. We gonna see what it do. You know, we already been running it actually. You know what I mean? Because we trying to keep up with y'all. We trying to run past y'all. We way smarter than y'all. You understand me? So they let it out. They let it loose, right? But the thing about it is it's ricocheting everywhere. But listen, that's nothing else, right? But look here. Let's get to this right here, man. Since I'm mentioning that, right? And I'm mentioning China and all that. Let me show y'all what the fuck I'm talking about. First of all, let me tell y'all what the fuck about the moon is, man. All right, for the ones who don't know what the moon is all about, let me show y'all what the fuck the moon is all about. This, gotta get on some real shit now. This is NASA shit, right? Like I said, these motherfuckers I ain't gonna say, hey, listen, I done got turned, man, right quick. Thinking about I can just picture their ass now, man. As soon as they see a goddamn image, a collage of motherfucking me, what they call them, a collage of, what they call them things they flying nowadays, man, right on my mind, drones. I have a whole collage. Man, I seen the Chinese with a collage of drones, dog. They was creating art in the sky, dog. For real, for real. They create straight up holograms in the sky, like thousands and thousands and thousands of drones flying in the uniform, man. No cap. So listen, they could, create something that come from the sky, and all the people that don't know no better, they ain't into science and all that kind of stuff, which most people that believe in religion and stuff don't really follow technology much and all that. So they're gonna get lost in the sauce. And then they're gonna see that stuff in the sky and then they're gonna believe it. And they're gonna be like, she dead here, I knew it was coming, man. Stop it. Better stop right now. Right, but let's get to it though. So now we talk about NASA, right? They say the surface of the moon is badly exposed to cosmic rays and solar flares, and some of that radiation is very hard to stop with shielding. Furthermore, when cosmic rays hit the ground, they produce a dangerous spray of secondary particles right at your feet. All this radiation penetrating human flesh can damage DNA, boosting the risk of cancer and other maladies. Alright? So listen, what they say? They say the cosmic rays is coming from the sun, right? This radiation I was telling y'all about earlier, right? It's shooting at the moon. Right? The moon basically shielding us from catching all that heat, that fire. That's what they say, but they're gonna say it differently later on, as you're gonna see. They're gonna be like, okay, let's see what's going on. Now check it out. They say, furthermore, when cosmic rays hit the ground, right, they produce a dangerous spray of secondary particles. But I'm gonna keep on reading, right? The maladies and all that. So let me keep on reading. They say above the surface of the moon is exposed to space radiation. Check out what they be saying. According to the vision of space exploration, NASA plans to send astronauts back to the moon by 2020. Hold up, Keith. Now I want y'all to see something. Listen, this article was written when? They wrote this article on September 8th, 2005. September 8th, 2005. You understand? Now listen. It say, according to the vision, it said, well, okay, that's what it said, space radiation. It said, so in 2020, right, y'all caught that. They said they're going to send us astronauts back to the moon in 2020, that's their plan, right? They say eventually to set up an outpost for people to live and work on the moon safely. The radiation problem must be solved. All right, so they're saying it's a radiation problem on the moon. So when they get the radiation problem fixed, they plan on going up there and really chilling, right? So now that leaves a problem. I thought they already been to the moon. If it is a moon, right? So them fucking pictures up there. What the hell is going on? Right? So now I say, we really need to know more about the radiation environment on the moon. They say especially if people will be staying there for more than just a few days, says Harlan Spence, a professor of astronomy at Boston. Now, obviously, they're gonna be saying that they on rover, the satellite or whatever been on the moon, right? But check it out. It says to carefully measure and map the moon's radiation environment, NASA. So they mapping the radiation environment, y'all. So when they trying to track it, they're trying to figure out how the radiation working up there. It say NASA is developing a robotic probe to orb the moon beginning in 2008. So in 2008, they started working on a robot so they can go check out the moon. So this picture can't be the goddamn, it can't be real. It can't be on the moon, right? Because they ain't got shit to go out there yet. And they say called the lunar reconnaissance. Listen to these goddamn words. That sound like the Renaissance, right? You remember the Renaissance for the people that know? When Enlightenment and all that kind of shit, art, all that kind of stuff had came out, right? You feel me? When people started gaining enlightenment and stuff like that, I guess it's so-called, maybe the golden age, if I ain't mistaken, like the golden age or something. I don't know. But listen, they say it's going to be an orbiter. Say this scout will pave the way for future human missions, not only by measuring space radiation, but also by hunting for frozen water and mapping the moon's surface in unprecedented details. They say LRO is a key part of NASA's robotic lunar exploration program, managed by the Goddard Space Flight Center. One of the instrumentals on board LRO is the Cosmic Ray Telescope for the effects of radiation crater, which means a crater. They say not only will we measure the radiation, we will use plastics that mimic human tissue key to look at how these highly energetic particles penetrate and interact with the human's body, says Spence, who is the principal investigator for Crater. Now, this the main key. I should have went straight down to this. But I'm kind of glad I read everything from the top so y'all can see where I'm going with it. For the ones that want to know this, science.nasa.gov, science, news, whatever. Y'all see what this fucking say on the screen. But listen, y'all see where we're going with it though. Aside from if we trust them and all that kind of stuff, I'll just take the information and I just eat the meat, spit out the bones type thing, right? So check it. You gotta be able to read between the lines. They say, first of all, right, they don't know if this radiation will affect the human body or not, right? So they let you know they ain't been there, first of all. Straight up. And they say it's energetic particles that penetrate and interact with the human body. Energetic particles, right? Highly energetic particles. They don't know how they will react. And they say that plastic is similar to human skin. So they're going to take plastic up there to represent human skin. They think of us as plastic. They'll say, okay, now if the plastic cool, then humans should be cool. These kind of people we dealing with, man. Y'all hear what I just say, man? Y'all hear what I just say? Some people say, they trying to, first of all, in 2008, what we talking about now, right? They say, these people say, in 2008, they're going to try to do this. They're going to try to mimic a human. They're going to try to send a human up there, right? Radiation, right? To see if the plastic can withstand the radiation that's on the moon, right? Come on, man. To see if it's going to interact with us, hurt us, or not, right? So let's keep going. I'm gonna show y'all what we did. I'm gonna show y'all why that's so important in a minute. Y'all gonna be like, God damn, bro. Y'all gonna be like, man, look at here. Listen here. It say by placing the radiation detectors in the crater behind various thickness of a special plastic that has similar density and composition to human tissue, Spence and his colleagues will provide much needed data, except for quick trips to the moon. During the Apollo program, most human space flight has occurred near Earth, where our planet's magnetic field provides a natural shield. All right, so now let's back up. First of all, Apollo program, I never really caught that until like now or whatever, until when I read this. Well, I can't lie. It ran across my mind. But listen. Y'all know Apollo, for the ones that look at my videos or whatever. You remember we was talking about Apollo or Moon, the Temple of Jupiter, all that kind of stuff, right? Temple of Apollo, so that's paganism, so to speak, right? Yeah, it is. Right? It's stolen information, right? So listen, Apollo is Apollo Vey. That's the real Apollo, first of all. Veii. Look that up, another sidebar, right? But listen, let's keep going down, right? They say most human space flight has occurred in the Earth, Our planet's magnetic field provides a natural shield. Okay, now listen, catch what they said. They say most human space flight has occurred near Earth, where our planet's magnetic field provides a natural shield. So they have not been out of the natural shield. They have not ever been out of the dome. Okay? I mean, everything. So if they did go to something called the moon or whatever, it's definitely within the dome. But they have not gone to the moon, first of all. So they can't even go that high to even penetrate a so-called dome. Okay? And anyway, let me not go left from this and keep going. I just want y'all to just read between their lines because they said that I didn't, right? They said I didn't. It say in low Earth orbit, right? The most dangerous forms of space radiation are relatively rare. Okay? Low Earth orbit. Not out of Earth, out of space, all that kind of stuff. This is NASA saying this here. So, anybody saying that NASA saying they've been out of space and all that, I don't know. Right now, they ain't saying that no more. It'll recant it, I guess, all right? So it say that's good for the astronauts, but it leaves researchers with many unanswered questions about it. What radiation does to human tissue? Crater will help fill in these gaps. Come on, man. They gonna fill in some gaps, bro. That's what they call it, crater. Come on, man. Listen. They say it leaves researchers, right? Obviously we talking about the scientists of NASA, supposed to be some of the smartest people, the people that we that many people trust and believe, right? It say they don't know, right? It say they have unanswered questions about what radiation does to human tissue. So what's the best way to see what radiation does to human tissue? It's the experiment, right? It's to do it, to run a trial. So is there a trial being given? Is there, has there been a green light to pass the trial to see how high radiation will affect the human tissue? Since they can't go to oh my goodness. Hold up, wait a minute. Wait. Yeah, they say they gonna try to send they playing both sides. They say they're gonna try to send something to the moon, right? Or whatever the case, right? To see about the radiation. They're gonna use plastic and all that there in 2008. That's what they're gonna say. And they say they're gonna start doing something by 2020, right? So now it's 2020. And so like either the plans can change, they ain't gonna make it to the moon like they say, which we know the moon ain't no real moon, right? And we know it's the energy from the moon. They know the moon is a radiating object. So anything radiating is just like a bunch of energy just in a commotion. You feel me? For the most part, right? Just to make a long story short. So it ain't nothing that you can go land on when it's radiating. You know what I'm saying? Radiation basically like vibrating and everything else. So anyway, let me keep going. So now listen, they saying it's radiating, right? And they say, what was wrong with that, man? What was wrong with that? I forgot what was wrong with it, but they were trying to, but yeah, it ain't been out of it and all that. Yeah, I hate that. I lost my train of thought. I never know it's a good one. What was wrong with that? They say radiation does to the human tissue. And that's a question, right? So I went through that about the research of NASA, right? Let me go back from there so maybe I catch it right. Because I need to drive this point in anyway, right? We talking about this research of NASA, right? They had unanswered questions about how radiation affects the human tissue. All right? So now you gotta just peep how they switching the game. That's what I was saying about 2020, right? They said something about 2020. And then now it's 2020. So now they running a trial, like they said, But they painting the picture one way, but they doing something else. You see what I'm saying? But they ain't relating the two, right? People just think they playing it off with the cities. You understand? Hey, yes, coronavirus, what. So people they ain't even gonna relate it to this article right here that they put out, saying that they gonna put the business on you. And then how many people actually go look at these folks and what they talking about anyway? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, I found that to be quite interesting. So now let's go to let's go to radioactive, right? So radioactive is emitting or relating to the emission of ionizing radiation or particles, right? Ionizing radiation, emission, right? Radioactive. You know, everything is about radioactive energy. Okay? For the ones that don't know. So now we got emission and we have emitting, right? So it emits or it can be related to emission. So let's check out emission right quick. Emission is the production and discharge of something, especially gas or radiation. Right? So now, understand, we still talking about the moon and stuff right now. Still talking about the moon. So it's a emission, the production and discharge of something, especially gas and radiation. All right, so it's letting you know gas and radiation comes from the moon. You know, we talking about corona, we just talking about the sun. You know, we just related directly to the sun, but it's also about the moon. You know, the moon has a corona around it as well. And we starting to see the moon in the daytime. The moon's out of line, the moon out of place. So that lets you know it's in place. But let's let you know there's more energy being generated from it because it's still out. We can see it, you know. So now if you understand that, that means more radiation and all that, there's more discharge, more gas is coming from the moon. Alright? So now, alright, let's keep going. So let's get the emit. Emit means the same thing right quick. You know what I'm saying? So you can see that, right? Emit means sin. Emit means sin. Okay, let's see what the original emission is. About the same thing. So sent out, right? So emission is sent out. And, you know, the other one means sin. Alright, so now let's see. So define soul, right? I forgot why I went to soul. But soul is solution. Why I went to soul? I'll go back a little bit, man. I'll be getting ahead of myself. Let's see. Let's see. I think I need to get on about it. I forgot why I went to soul, though. To be real with you. Atmosphere solution. I think this video is extended too long anyhow. I'm just gonna run it to you though because I know it was referring to solution, right? Solution. So was referring to solution in the way that I was doing it. And you got atmospheric solution, right? Let's go ahead and go to that right quick. For the people that follow the video about the atmosphere and know about the electromagnetic field, I just talked to y'all about this here. So I ain't got to babysit through it, right? When we talk about the electromagnetic field, we talk about the atmosphere gases, right? And there are gases located in the Earth's atmosphere. These gases primarily include oxygen and nitrogen, making up 99% of the air, all right? So they're saying that these gases, right, include oxygen and nitrogen and make up 99. God damn, that was loud. These bitches good fucking with me. Should have never did that shit twice. Alright, but check it out though, listen. 99% though. So 99% air is made up of what? Oxygen, nitrogen. Alright? So it's a those greenhouse gases, which is carbon monoxide, methane, nitrous oxide, water vapor, and ozone, make up 1% of that. So now let me get something good right quick. I feel bored. I'm trying to get to, yeah, that's where I was at though already. I want y'all to understand though, let me keep on reading this though. But this is a radioactive moon. I don't think I showed y'all that part. But we're dealing with the radioactive moon, right? They're telling you that the moon is radioactive. Y'all gonna start hearing more about this kind of, people that's in the conscious community. But they got some more deep information that they're sharing, right? So let's get back to where I was at though. Get back on track. They got to go way past this. I don't think I read out on that. I think I skipped past that. Let me go back to this up there. But there's some pretty good information too. Yeah, I read all that. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm prepared right now. Like I said, man, let me go ahead and just do this shit. Let me keep reading and say, right. The crater telescope consists of silicone radiation detectors, red mounted on the detector boards, green separated by pieces of tissue, equivalent, plastic, tan. I ain't gonna read more right there. Say, out in deep space, radiation comes from all directions, right? Out in deep space, radiation comes in all directions. Keep on right to come up. They say on the moon, you might expect the ground at least to provide some relief, with the solid body of the moon blocking radiation from below. Not so. When galactic cosmic rays collide with particles in the lunar surface, they trigger little nuclear reactions that release yet more radiation in the form of neutrons. The lunar surface itself is radioactive. Now, when they say the lunar surface, they're talking about the moon. And when they say surface, they didn't say sphere or nothing like that. Surface is something that's flat. But aside from that, so they say the lunar surface itself is radioactive. And it says that it's radiation that releases extra neutrons. And they also said that they used to think that it would be blocking these solar flares or radiation or whatever from the Earth. But they say not so, that it's actually the main point to where the radiation is coming through. Basically, the main filter for the most part. They say it's putting out more than, instead of reflecting it, they're saying it's putting it out. Right? Instead of being a shield, it's shield because it's like filtering, right? It's filtering it, but it's shooting it out though. Make a long story short, right? And they say it's radioactive in itself. So they ain't been to no goddamn moon, right? So they say, which is worse for astronauts? Cosmic rays from above or neutrons from below, right? Cosmic rays from above or neutrons from below. They say Igor Mitrofanov, a scientist at the Institute for Space Research and the Russian Federal Space Agency, Moscow, offers a grim answer. Both are worse. Or worse, right? So they are working together on this shit. Like we just got finished saying that motherfucker, some about Russia and this US nonsense type shit, man. What the hell going on? Alright, so you got lunar South Pole. It's a Mitrofanov is principal investigator of the other radiation sensing instrument on LRO, the Lunar Exploration Neutron Detector. Now listen, that's letting you know that Russia, which is Putin, for people who don't know, is working together with NASA on this shit. Knowing that President Trump gonna be the president in 2020 because he already got it set up. Now, I ain't catch all this when I was looking at it the first time, but this shit get deep. This shit get deep. And as a matter of fact, that look like an eye, too. That basically look like an eye. But anyway, like water and stuff in it. That's like some water and everything. That's the moon's South Pole, they say now. That's the moon's South Pole. Alright? So the moon has the south pole, the sun has the south pole and north pole, so that lets you know that something crosses the X, make it X. I but no, I ain't gonna get to that one. Alright, let's go. So it's like I say, the distribution of ground level neutron radiation around the moon's south pole, right? Hot spots are red, cool spots blue. Credit lunar prospector. Well, I was on what say something like that dude. There we go. That's where I was at. See, because it say Metro Fanove is principal investigator for the other radiation sensing instrument on LRO, the Lunar Exploration Neutron Detector, LIND, right, which is partially funded by the Russian Federal Space Agency, right? That's not NASA, right? It's a by using an isotope of helium that's missing one neutron. LIND will be able to detect neutron radiation emanating from the lunar surface and measure how energetic those neutrons are. So they want to see how much energy the influx of neutrons would carry, has or whatever. They want to know how much energy it has, and it's letting you know that Motrovanov is the principal investigator. Like he the main investigator. He the main one that's trying to check this out. The Russian people are. And they working it and they lending money. They giving money to NASA is what it seems like, right? It's a for the radioactive sensing instrument. It's a which is partially funded by the Russian Federal Space Agency. So they in partnership with this shit. You see? So how about the money, man? What they doing and everything? All right, so check it out. It's a right. The distribution of ground level neutron radiation around the moon's south pole are hot spots are red and cool spots blue. Credit, okay, I read that. Say, the first global mapping of neutron radiation from the moon was performed by NASA's Lunar Prospector probe in 1998 through 99, a long time ago. LIND will improve on the Lunar Prospector data by profiling the energies of these neutrons, showing what fraction are of high energy, the most damaging to people, and what fraction are of low energies. All right, so they know the high energy is going to be damaging to people, right? And the low energies, which probably won't, but they're trying to differentiate the two, but they can't. You see what I'm saying? Because they go together and they're so volatile until they can't separate it like that. So they're going to hit you with a boom, man. So listen, they say, with such knowledge in hand, scientists can begin designing spacesuits, lunar habitats, moon vehicles, and other equipment for NASA's return to the moon, knowing exactly how much radiation shielding this equipment must have to keep humans safe. So they talking about return and all that. They ain't never been. They just with the, they tripping. All right. So who wrote this up? They say the author Patrick L. Berry, editor Dr. Tony Phillips, credit science at NASA. So who get the credit? NASA does. Alright, so these folks work with NASA. But yeah, I just thought I'd run that down to y'all real quick. They're tripping. So yeah, let's check out ionizing radiation. While we're checking out that again, we go back to radioactive, right? They say radioactive is emitting because we know it's a radioactive moon. So y'all see why I'm looking up radioactive. And they say emitting or relating the emission of ionizing radiation on particles. Alright. So now what is that? Ionizing radiation is what? Radiation consisting of particles, X particles, or gamma rays with sufficient energy to cause ionization in the medium through which it passes. Alright? So now, why is this so important? First of all, when you look at the light spectrum, let me see the rest of this shit right quick before nothing else. But let me pull it up right quick. So gamma rays, that's the highest form of light, right? That's purple light. That's supposed to be the highest energy you can get. X-rays, you can see through stuff. Alright? So you can pull down those kind of energies, you'll start being able to see through things and all that kind of stuff, and there's all kind of stuff you can do if you can raise your vibration that high to communicate with that realm of energy. that spectrum of light, which is your crown chakra, so to speak, right, and above, right. After your crown chakra, you go all the way into the unseen. You get into the X-rays and the gamma rays and all that. So listen. First of all, you see how they're saying be cautious, right? There's some danger type stuff. Ionized radiation, ionized radiation. Be cautious, right? But now, this radiation is coming from the sun, and a certain group of people can take the sun better than other people. So, in that sense, it can be a benefit to some people that can withstand it, that has the capacity to withstand it, right? Have a strong immune system to withstand it. And the ones that naturally can't is gonna be in a world of trouble because the Earth or the universe is naturally raising its vibration to a more ionizing state. It's giving more ionized radiation out. Okay. And so yeah, let me go ahead and run down right quick the light spectrum so I can see what's going on. Electro, electromagnetic spectrum. Yeah. All right, so let me let y'all check out the image so I can let y'all see. Alright, go X-rays and shit up. Alright, so you got the gamma rays and the X-rays, see, the highs, see, the violet, indigo, the blue, and all that kind of stuff. See, that's why I say it's higher than that. So it's higher than that. It's up in this area right here. So the what do they call it? Shit, my bad, what I just did is man. Go back right to it. But yeah, let me go right here too. Alright, so listen. It said the gamma rays, right? The X-rays, we talk about atoms and all that kind of stuff, right? So when they were talking about the DNA and stuff earlier, they let you know that these energies, they attack the DNA and they attack the nucleus, you know what I'm saying? They attack the whole thing, man. Right? The direct essence of who you are, it attacks. So you got the electromagnetic spectrum, you got ionizer. They don't want to show it, right? You see that? You got non-ionizer and you got ionizer, right? And then you got the X-rays stuff down here. Then you got the sunlight, so it's going past the sunlight. So the energy they trying to, it's like within here. This is where the 5G or whatever is gonna be operating at. It's gonna be operating at six, so like 60 gigahertz, stuff like that. Let me see if I can find a better picture on that trick. They tripping. Let's see, trying to find something that makes sense to y'all. But basically, I explained what I'm trying to say already though on the cool. Yeah, I keep doing that same fucking picture. They keep not showing it. I was on a good one, man. I clicked off of it. But yeah, that's what I'm right too though. But y'all see how fast the rays, you know how, okay, when they say fast internet, that's what they mean. They mean like these frequencies gonna be coming faster at your ass. That's what it it don't mean to say it like that, but like I'm saying though, like and they gonna be taking the energy from the moon, right? And then the moon already got high energy, right, by itself. And so what they gonna be doing with their satellites and all that, with them towers, they intercepting the energy. They intercepting it, and they directing it. They directing it more. They aiming it at a certain direction. See what I'm saying? They how would I say? They harnessing it. You feel what I'm saying? They harnessing it and they sending it out. And then they gonna start putting these little 5G things everywhere. They gonna be in your house, they gonna be in your phone, they gonna be, the little sensors gonna be here and be there. It ain't just gonna be the towers or whatever. We talk about the towers and all that. But they gonna have something like right on the side of your house and all that, bro. Like you gonna be like surrounded by these beams of high energy. Like straight up. That's what's going on. They don't even know how it's going to affect you. They doing trial and error right now. Trial and error on this, man. Like, man, let me show y'all something. Fuck it, I was gonna go out there and do another video, man. Y'all just have to listen to the whole goddamn thing, I guess. I'm gonna be tired. I ain't gonna wanna do this shit no more. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, man. Real talk, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I gotta show y'all this though. What is it? Fake moon, like fake news, right? Check this out. It's a fake moon, right? Could China really light up the sky? I think I had put, you know what? Let me go to my other little. I got so much stuff opened out. I might have another thing. Let's see. Cause I went through a whole lot of shit. Yeah, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go through all that shit. Let me go on back where I was at. So just look at what I'm talking about. China fake moon. China fake moon. Let's go. Same thing they pulled up. It was something I had up. They were talking about it. Talking about what they plan on doing. There we go. It was this right here. I think it had to be this piece. I don't think it was no video. Damn. That shit was loud as fuck. I hope that shit wasn't loud in y'all ears like that. But anyway, make a long story short though, right? I don't know what the article that I read, right? But I'm gonna tell you. They say that China plan on making a new moon, right? I mean, a fake moon, right? And they plan on having three of them up by 2020. That's what they said. They plan on having 3 fake moons up by 2020. I said, man, they tripping. Yeah, it is. They might show it right there. It's BBC or something like that. Let's see what they say. They say a Chinese company has announced ambitious plans to put a fake moon into space to brighten the night sky, according to the People's Daily. Let me make this shit bigger so I can see. No cap. They say, according to the People's Daily state newspaper, officials at a private aerospace, that's why we're looking at Aero too, Institute in Chengdu, want to launch this illumination satellite in orbit by 2020. Y'all hear this? They all these big plans. They was planning on trying to launch a goddamn moon in the sky by 2020, which is gonna send in more electronic ray waves. They were gonna intercept them. They were gonna concentrate more electronic waves into our immediate atmosphere, right? Which is gonna have harmful effects on people that don't have the melanin protection to withstand it at the same time. So it can be another thing to where, hey, the United States or all the European group or whatever, like, hell nah, we ain't finna let y'all do that, so we finna try to mess up y'all economy or whatever the case, or, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, blackball you some kind of way. I don't know. I guess they're trying to, I don't know what's going on. That's just speculation. So don't quote me on none of that. Alright, but listen, they say according to the People's Daily National case by 2020, and say it would be bright enough to replace street lights. So they putting this out there they say it would be bright enough to replace the street lights, man. So basically it's gonna look like daytime at night in China if they pull off what they're trying to pull off. It's the straight out of sci-fi. It's the straight out of a sci-fi news has sparked fascination, skepticism from scientists. lots of questions and outright mockery. That's what they're saying is fake. They say, what do we know about this project? Not much, and little information that is available somewhat contradictory. All right. So I'll take everything with a grain of salt. But it's good to know they saying that, hey, that shit fake. But that's what they said about the other deal, about the conspiracy, right? They will tell you anything. Yeah, fake, all right. All right, so they say all that fake. They talk about fake moon landing and all that shit. But yeah, for the most part, what ain't fake is that the moon has radioactive waves and all that kind of stuff, right? The moon is radioactive. And yeah, that's what I want to show you. That's what I want to go in that other time. So y'all write this right quick. So this is the corona, right? We talked the coronavirus and all that. So this is the corona around the moon. I saw that before. I don't know about y'all. How many people saw that before? I literally saw that. No cap. And I was like, I be goddamn, this shit, there's a perfect circle around the moon. I ain't really think too much of it. I started thinking about, does that mean that it's inside or outside and all that kind of stuff. I was running all that through my mind. But yeah, check it out though. There's a lot of things going on, man. For real, for real. But I was about to show y'all right quick about the corona. I'm about to show y'all something. I forgot what it was. I said I already got it up, and I'm about to show y'all that. And I was on something else. Anyway, let me just run through this right quick. So everybody know what corona mean already, right? Show y'all where I got this stuff up. So kind of way I pulled up cornice, right? Because cornice was a part of the definition of corona. Show y'all where it was at. Let's go. It might be the origin of it. See, now I like to get down to the nitty gritty of stuff, man. And it take a whole lot of time. This ain't no motherfucking one-liners right here. Ain't no one-liners, cuz. You know, we're trying to get it in. We can really get it in. I want to see what I'm talking about, though. High dignity. There we go. It's a part of a cornice in architecture, right? It's having a broad vertical surface, so that's why I put it in the cornice, right? So cornice is the ornamental molding around the wall of the room, just below the ceiling. It's got something to do with the crown. An overhanging mass of hardened snow at the edge of a mountain precipice. Alright, so now we get down to it means cornice or whatever. We got that cornice. We mean corbel, corners, meaning coping stone, right? A coping stone, a coping stone. Alright, so put on this. Alright, so corona, right? Say corona definition: a white or colored circle or set of concentric circles of light seen. Then in Greek, it can mean curved, related to Greek chronos, wreath, cross, or crow. That's what I want y'all to see, the crow part. Alright, so I got this part open for a reason. So it's coronas. Alright, everybody know about the Greek god, Chronos, and all that stuff. Yeah, that's why I had it open. I saw that already. Got something to do with a boat and stuff too, the curb aspect deal, referring to a boat. So you got Corona, right? Oh, that's why I wanted to go take a wrong. Then we're gonna close it out. Now I remember. I wanted to show y'all this right here. I want to show y'all this right here. And which I already showed y'all, but I forgot that was my main point. It's a one second around the moon. I think it just directed the moon. I'm trying to see. I think it just straight up reference the moon, but nah, but it included the sun though. But check it out though. It's my main thing I want y'all to catch. But they already did on the top part too. I want y'all to really catch it though. It's not talking about just the sun, right? We leave the moon out. It's a small circle of light seen around the sun or the moon. due to diffraction by water drops. Right here, it says shaped pearly glow. A shaped pearly glow, right? The pearls of heaven, right? A shaped pearly glow around, surrounding the darkened disk of the moon. Y'all should just say a darkened what? Disk. So anybody say the moon is round, what the hell is going on right here in astronomy? Like I say, man, hey, listen, to all my YouTube partners or whatever, man, y'all really want to chop it up with me? Let's chop it up, man, for real, for real. Let's really chop it up. We got a lot of shit to discuss. And look at this shit all of a sudden I just caught. In botany, right, it said the cup shape or trumpet. With a trumpet? Goddamn trumpet, man. Come on, man. Can't make this shit up. Alright. But man, as always, it's really been good, man. I gotta get off of here and I don't wanna go way too long on y'all. Peace. I'll holler at you. Stay up.